Max Verstappen made it very clear, half-jokingly, that if he had the power, Formula One's racing guidelines would go straight into the paper shredder. The debate over these rules resurfaced after Oscar Piastri's time penalty in Brazil, a decision Carlos Sainz openly labeled unacceptable. With the drivers set to discuss the guidelines in Qatar, tensions surrounding F1's rulebook are sharper than ever. These guidelines outline what is and isn't allowed during overtakes, whether on the inside or around the outside. They aren't binding laws, but they heavily influence how steward decisions are made. Verstappen was asked about them during his Dutch media session ahead of the Las Vegas Grand Prix, and he immediately played it safe. He said it's often better to stay quiet because speaking too openly can result in a penalty of its own. He even joked that he's the only driver penalized for a swear word, which is why he chooses his public comments carefully now. Still, Verstappen didn't hide his true feelings. He admitted that he doesn't always agree with the rules, but follows them as written. When asked whether F1 has become too complex with rules covering almost everything, he acknowledged that it has. He explained that the more rules there are, the harder they become to enforce consistently. Stewards may see something happen, form an initial opinion, and then find their judgment contradicted by the strict wording of the regulations. Verstappen recalled his own experience serving a public service penalty with Formula E stewards in Marrakesh. He said they were great people, but still bound tightly to the rulebook, making difficult calls even harder. As the upcoming Qatar meeting approaches, Verstappen believes he won't need to contribute much. According to him, Carlos Sainz and George Russell already have everything prepared for the discussion. He joked that he'll sit back and relax while they lead the debate. But if he were in charge, Verstappen said the guidelines would look very different, before mimicking the motion of feeding documents into a shredder. Despite the joke, he made it clear he has no desire to ever become a steward or be responsible for making such decisions. With the arguments intensifying and the rules under scrutiny, the future of F1's racing guidelines is firmly in the spotlight. One thing is certain, the debate will continue long after the engines go quiet.